Alright guys, another video today. So in this one, instead of making a marble, I'm going to make a mushroom pendant. And this is that new striking glass. So it looks yellow. You see a little bit of the orange, the blood orange on the tip. That's the striked part. What they do is they put a little bit of metal and stuff in there, like, I don't know, gold, platinum, whatever, and it changes the color of the glass basically when you apply heat to it. There's another thing you can do with like gold and silver. You can put it into like a little, you know how like I make a gather in some of my videos to make a mushroom pendant, like how it gets into a little ball, and then you just shove a piece of gold in there or silver, and then you can use that. You can get it hot and put it in the flame right there in the tip of where the little candles are. They're called candles, the little finger looking things at the bottom of the flame, which you can't really see. And then you just fume the glass, and that's how you get your tobacco pipes and stuff to that change colors when you smoke out of them. Like the ones that look clear whenever you buy them, they're not fumed, but that's how they get it to change color. So right here I'm making a stringer because you need a stringer. I cannot shove that rod into a mushroom pendant unless I use a enormous piece of glass. So I'm making a stringer. This one I'm keeping it kind of thin. Later in the video I showed two other mushroom pendants I made, and I had a thicker stringer and I had to use a thicker rod. But I'm about to use, I think it's a 15 mil rod. The other one I used was like 20. So I'm just heating up little by little, stretching out, striking as I go. You can see how the part I'm stretching out is changing color to that blood orange. It says playful orange in the thing, but I think blood orange. Oops, broke off my puntee. Rod's a little curved. That's a good example of a cold seal versus a hot seal. So it was flattened where I put it onto that colored rod, the striking rod. And put it back into a point. You can see a little point there. So I'm trying to straighten out the stringer at this point. So right there where the bend's at, heat it up, straighten it out. There we go. Cold seal again. Oh, the cold seal, like I got the rod hot, but I want the stringer I'm making to not be like red hot like what's in the flame. If they're both hot, that's how you get a hot seal. I mean, it's stronger, it's good for things, but you know, I'm sitting there pulling on it, it's good for what I want it to do. So break off the puntee, the colored rod stringer is ready to go for. So I'm cleaning off my puntee here. You can see me in my work hoodie. I work at Get Stamp. My name's Matthew, in case you didn't know. I know my channel name is Dutters, but that's my gaming name. I game too and stuff a lot. I know that in my Skyrim cat video, I didn't really do much because I was trying to play with one hand and record with my phone. So I turned off the lights so you can see hopefully a little bit better. I don't know, it might be worse actually. So I'm just working up the area I'm working with. You just want, and then now I'm making a gather. I show along the way, like step by step, what you want the gather to be. What you're doing is you're using the flame, and you want to either hold it at the angle I'm holding it or horizontal. You don't want to have it like, if you're holding it more upwards, it's going to be more like oval, like Earth spinning, how it's wider at the equator. If you're holding it straight down in the flame, it's going to pull down. It's going to turn into like kind of like an egg shape. So now I have a horizontal. I'm trying to make it spherical. It's really hot, but you can see that it's round. And the hardest part about making a gather is when it starts getting hot like this, if you aren't spinning at the right speed, it's going to want to droop down. So you have to watch, and you want the droop to always be kind of facing upward. That way, whenever you're sitting there spinning it, it's kind of going to droop down into just what you see here, the ball of the gather. That's the hardest part. When I first started, it took me a little, like 5-10 minutes of straight just practicing making gathers to be able to even understand how it actually works. But gravity plays a big part in glass blowing whenever it starts getting molten. So I cooled down the gather so that it wouldn't droop or anything. I could have swore I already cleaned off my punting, but I guess I didn't. Maybe it was oh, we screwed up. It's all right. Just throw it in the water. We can make some frit out of it later. So basically, what I'm going to do with all that glass that's in the thing is whenever it goes in there, it cools down and it starts cracking and breaking and stuff. So I'm probably going to make frit out of it, which is like glass sand, which I can use and just. I'll probably pull the clear out of there and either throw it away or use it. I forgot to make my stringer into a point, because you want it to be a point when doing a mushroom pendant. It doesn't really matter if you start off with it being like flat or fat at the end with a marble. With a mushroom pendant, you want it to be a point. So here, you see the little gather, the ball. I'm going to focus on heating the front half of it. And I put the stringer down, and I'm using my other hand to stabilize to get it as even as I can. It's starting to get hot. With the glasses on, you can be able to see like the glass getting hot, and it's just half of it, the first half. Without it, you won't be able to see much of anything. See, the front half is hot. So I pick up my rod. You want to get the tip of it hot. Just bounce it in the flame. You don't want to get too hot because it'll reset the strike. So right now I'm pushing it in there, pushing it, and as it goes into the cooler glass, that's what makes it mushroom around. I'll try to show as best as I could. So now I'm going to flame cut. Put your rod down. And I usually burn it down a little bit. If you want to, you can take some type of tool and just kind of push the bottom of the stem over into the clear glass. That way it doesn't mess up or anything. I usually don't do it. So there's your mushroom. Now, I was trying to get the glare to get off the glass right there. It didn't really work. So you want to mainly focus on the back half for a little bit, just see if to get the glass hot so they can start drooping down over the stem. And with striking glass, the more you work with it and get it hot, cold, the more colors you get out of it. So now I'm basically just putting it in the flame and getting it to seal around the stem. I got the back half hot, so it's going to droop down a little bit. This is just the best way I can make mushroom pendants. There's other videos on different ways to do it. This is what works best for me. So you can get that, the whole thing is freaking molten right now. It's glowing. So I try to show that the bottom of it's starting to seal off around the stem. You can barely see the stem anymore. It's just the mushroom's so hot right now and everything, you just can't really see much. The camera doesn't pick very well up on it. I need to get a better camera, get a GoPro or something. Maybe I can try like instead of POV, maybe I can do like a side view. I'll try that in my next video. And then I gotta talk to the wife into getting, so right here it started looking, okay, this is a perfect example of, it started looking like just like the earth spinning kind of shape, you know, it's like the wider at the equator per se. So I used gravity to, you saw me holding it upwards, to get it to go back down, to start drooping down a little bit back into a circle. So you can use, you know, holding it level, holding it down, or holding it up to your advantage. It's all situational. So I attached my punty. Now I'm going to flame cut. Well, no, not flame cut. Sorry, thinking about marbles. So I'm just cleaning up the area above the mushroom, just so that it's barely glowing, you know. And then pull it out, not too much. You don't want it to be like, you know, hair thin. And now you're gonna flame cut. What I do with my mushroom pendants is, it's real thin at the top. So what I do is, you see we put the very tip of it in the flame, get into like a small little ball, which helps here in a minute. I've experimented in all kinds of different things and ways and try to get this loop to connect. This is what works best for me. You know, I'm not professional. I'm not, you know, other YouTube channels, you look at the like Corning Museum of Glass and they have like Flameworkers. I'm not that good. I don't think I ever will be. So you saw the loop, you saw the little ball. So what I do is I get the whole area around where the ball is connecting hot. I smash down the ball a little bit, and then I keep that part in the flame. I get my tool ready, so that's me to put it in the flame. I turn down my flame, a little pinpoint. See me get it hot right there. That's what hot seals the loop, the ball, into what comes out above the mushroom. And now I'm trying to condense that glass. Just keep it hot. You don't want to get it like that's. I'm pushing on my marble mold. This graphite. I can use it to as a graphite like press or marber. There we go. So I'm just using that tool. It's just like something I ordered off Amazon. It's like clay working tool. But so now I'm going to break off the punty. One thing that helps is how you put a little bit of heat into it. Helps it break off a little bit easier sometimes. That one was a little stubborn. Now I'm going to flame polish the punty mark. Scar, it's called different things. So I started losing grip on it a little bit. Continue to flame polish. You see the mushroom in there. Now here in a second I'm going to show everything that I've made today. And some of them weren't on video. Turn off my propane so I'm not wasting fuel. This way you can see the colors more. So that's one I made. That's the first mushroom paint I made. That's that stuff that's supposed to turn blood orange. You can see like other colors in there, like pinks and purples. That one turned out, each one's different. Each one's different. Depends on like just how hot you get it in certain areas. That's what I just made. That's the glass I used. I'm like blood orange. How do you get purple and pink out of that? I don't know. It really just depends on what you make with it, how hot you get it. So that's one of the marbles I made today. I can't remember if I think that's the second one I made. No, that's the first one. That's another one. That's the Galaxy and the Striking that I just used in the mushroom pendant. That one is Striking and orange or yellow. That's something I can't remember. I used that one. But yeah, there we go. Another video. Trying to think of what I want to do next. You don't have to like and subscribe. I'm just here for fun.